Hey, it's Aaron. Today I'm with a 2022 Chevrolet Blazer. This is in the RS package. Handful of changes this year, but not too many. This still has, this one has the beautiful 3.6 liter V6 9-speed automatic transmission. Both are a really good pair, and they're just the right size for this. One of the things that Chevy did this year was they dropped the base models, those LT and 1LT models, and with them went the 4-cylinder engine that was just way too underpowered, even for rental fleets, I think. So this is the only engine available now, 3.6 liter. It's a good engine. Other than that, not a whole lot of changes this year, but it's still a great vehicle. Check out this color. It's pretty polarizing. What do you think of it? So you can see from the side here, beautiful profile. It has kind of that Camaro front end going on, and then that two-tone roof with the blackouts looks really cool. This color in particular is, I believe it's new this year, I'm pretty sure it is. It's a green is what they call it, but it has, you can see some brown tint in it, and some people love it, some people hate it. It really just depends on who you are. I think it looks okay on this. It's not my color preference, but I think it's a good color. I just think maybe it's not quite right for this particular vehicle. I don't know. You have to decide that. Let me walk in, give you a little perspective for size. So this is a little bit more than the Equinox in terms of size, and it fits kind of in the not quite mid-size. So I like to call it the small mid-size category. It's a 2-row, not a 3-row, so there's only 2 rows of seating. But you can see what Chevy did design-wise to make it really look and pop. This is one of the better looking vehicles in this segment. So you can see, first off, the fender is very much accentuated by this tall shelf right here on the hood, and then you can see how they emphasized wheel spacing by adding these black bits, but they de-emphasized that slightly by making them glossy. So it's an interesting combination. It looks really cool. And then you can see the rocker panel running board down there, and this black traditionally is to make it look like there's more wheel gap, so it looks more aggressive and more off-road capable or whatever than it would be. This is okay off the road, but I wouldn't make a habit out of going out in the wilderness with this. This is really sort of dirt road friendly and all-weather friendly. We had terrible weather this week while I had this, and the all-wheel drive in this is very good in the snow and ice, so just an FYI. Anyway, you can see the Blazer emblazoned across here. And then you can see the body line. So you can see this line here on the fender follows along and goes all the way to just about here and then fades. Whereas this line fades in, picks up, walks across the door handles, and then curves upward. This is a Chevy design cue. You see it on several Chevy vehicles, and this is definitely where it's most pronounced, I think, out of the group. And then you can see the rear fender below. So right about the door handle, this starts to fade in, and it makes this large. This line goes over the top of that light there, creating this little shelf, which is a light catching shelf over the top of this. And then you can see how big that makes the fender look. Really good look. I really like this. So these are front wheel drive by default, all wheel drive on some packages, this one included. I will say if you get the all wheel drive, you also get the towing package with it, so it may or may not be well worth it. A car like this, I wouldn't be towing a big trailer or anything. You could tow something small, but that tow hitch back there gives you expansion capability. You can get one of those big trays, you get a big bike rack, whatever. That's a big deal. Adds a lot of functionality, and it gives you the functionality on the back so you don't have to try to reach up and do it on the roof. Anyway, beautiful design. I really like the look. I love the blackout over the top, the black roof, the bottom. And this does not have a panoramic glass roof on it. It is available. I don't like them, but some people do. So the black up here is purely for style, and I think it looks really, really good. I like the two-tone design that it gives. Almost three-tone, but two-tone because this and that match. So really good look, and I love the wheels on this, part of the RS package. Let's look at the working end, and then we'll get inside it. So back here in the cargo space, we have a lot of room, really. It goes back to here. I can just barely reach it. Very big space. There's tie-down D-hooks on these corners here, but there are none up there. You have to kind of look. You won't see anything to tie down up there. That's kind of a bummer. A little bit of an oversight, I think. There are these quick releases to drop those seats. Those seats do fold flat, so you get a lot of storage space because of that, if you need the cargo. This is a Chevy branded cargo box system, so you can open it up and set it in here and organize, your groceries or whatever. I believe this is a dealer option. I don't think it comes from the factory, but it's kind of cool. You also have tie-down sets for. This does not have it in it, but there is a cargo cover you can get. There's also a net that goes across here. Underneath here, you have a spare tire, which is, I believe it's full size. Yeah, it is. No, it's not. Never mind. It is not a full-size tire spare, but it is the same size as the tires that are on there. So, or the wheel and tire, you get what I mean. The jack and everything else is also under here, and you have a little bit of extra storage on that one side if you need to add some stuff. You also have a milk jug spot right here, and another smaller one over here. So, nice little setup. It's smartly done. I like this. So, yeah. Oh, and the tow hitch. Down here, underneath this cover, is the tow hitch receiver. So, all right, let's get inside. All right, back seat first. I have tons of headroom back here. Good, almost 3 inches, 2.5 inches there. That's awesome. Also have plenty of legroom. This seat is for me to be driving up there, and you can see how much space I have left. So that's pretty cool. These seats also have a tilt function, so if I want to lean back a little bit or if I want to be a little straighter, there is that. Seat back pockets, couple of plugs, there's some USBs and a household outlet back here in this particular package for the vehicle, and just a nice interior kind of ambiance. It is black on black, which I don't like, but the RS package comes with the red RS highlights, so there's red stitching and red around bezels and other things, so it's a little better than it could be. All right, up here in front, lots of comfort. Very comfortable to be up here. I like the seating. I think it's pretty comfortable. There are some people that have knocked it, I think, but I don't know why. I think it's good, comfortable seating. Lights are over here. Parking brake is right there. You can see the red bezel here, I hope. I'll try to show pictures of the up front here so you get a better idea of what you're looking at. Good touch screen and great infotainment interface. Chevy does a good job with that. Also like the dash. It's mostly, well, there's the RPM gauge, fuel, and heat are all physical gauges. Otherwise, it is a virtual digital screen. And nice and configurable. I really like it, and very, very visible no matter what. And yeah, I don't know that there's a whole lot to just point out in here. It's just kind of a nice general setup. I enjoy being in this, actually. One thing I do want to point out is this mirror in this particular package, and in a few others, is both a physical mirror, so you can look out, or you can flip it like this, right? So like this physical mirror, flip it like this, and it uses a camera back there. That camera works in all lighting situations, and if you got somebody behind you driving along with their brights on, you won't get it through the mirror, that kind of stuff. And it just gives you, it's a little closer than what you would have looking through the regular mirror. So traffic, if they're bumper to bumper, they look very up on you. But otherwise, really easy to get used to if you use it. So nicely done. I really like the interior, especially for the price paid. Speaking of which, we should probably look at the Monroney. So let's pull that out and see what we got. All right, here's your paperwork. 2022 Blazer RS all-wheel drive. You can see, what's it called? Intro Yellow Metallic. I was wrong, it's not green, it's supposed to be yellow. Anyway, you can see a bunch of stuff on here. The standard price for this vehicle is $44,000. There's some stuff added, the convenience package, which has Bose Premium stereo, which I would probably recommend. I really like it. Power tilt and telescoping steering, you can take or leave that, I don't care. Driver convenient package, that's the rear view mirror that I was talking about. You can also wash it. There's a little button you can push and it squirts water on it. A few other things that are all useful to have. $16.50 is a good price to pay for that package. The wheels are add-on. I didn't realize that. I thought they were part of the RS package. $1,000. I think they're really good looking, but it's up to you. Two-tone roof is another $550. Way worth it on that. The paint color, if you like it, is about $400. That little storage pack I showed you, that's $185. That's up to you if you think that's cool. Oh, so they undid the heated and ventilated seats. That's a chip shortage thing. It's one of the things that Chevy's been doing, where they just credit the customer and they include the buttons, but they don't include the chipset hardware that's required, and then you can always add it later. That's what that is for. So total, all told, is $50,585 with delivery, and I think that's pretty good. Now, looking at the fuel economy numbers, I want to talk about that for a minute. This is rated at 26 miles a gallon on the highway. I did a highway loop, my usual, and the weather was okay, but it wasn't great, and we had some crosswinds, so it was going to affect that, but I still beat the 26 that this is listed. I got almost 28. I got 27.7, I think was the number. I'll verify that on the screen if I'd said it wrong, but I got better than 27 and pretty close to 28, and I wasn't even really trying. I was doing the usual thing, just got on the highway and went my 75 miles an hour and did my loop that's about 42 miles, and I ended up, when I topped off the tank and did the math, I ended up with better than 27. So that's very conservative number, I would say, on this, but still, that's what it's rated for. It's a wonderful, wonderful 3.6 and 9-speed automatic. Really, really good setup. So that's it. That's where I'm at with the 2022 Chevy Blazer. This is the RS package. Has a lot of great stuff. I really like this vehicle. It's not the best in this class, but it's nowhere near the worst either. This is a very good good setup, and it's just pretty. I think it's really good looking. So that's what I got. This has been Aaron. Talk to you again soon.